Hi everyone, I wanted to do a quick Project Lip Lab or my beauty bank update today. I've had some big changes and so I want to go through it. I want to do it kind of quickly, so let's see how fast I can do it. But basically my beauty bank is where I set values to different goals that I have and then basically I contribute to my bank. I also have consequences and I basically have both products like goals and categories as well as habits that can contribute towards my beauty bank. And my beauty bank, I not only spend is kind of my bank to spend products on, but even for like self-care spending, even gifts for friends, things like that. I sometimes pull from this bank and it kind of gives me a little bit of a, even though it's not a real bank, it kind of gives me a little bit of a budget. And I can kind of look ahead at some spending that I want to do and kind of a little bit of a check and balance for myself. So far it's actually been really, really good. I have some new rules that I implemented for myself this last month, and I'll go through a few of them now. So the first one is that I did kind of a huge frankening spree, and I do want to be able to acknowledge all the different pans that I empty through that process. I think last frankening spree I emptied out like 3 eyeshadow pans, and they all now live in different places, whether it be a face powder or a new eyeshadow, but I managed to use up that little pan. And so I want to acknowledge myself for that. So I gave myself a value of $5 for every pan that I finish. And I think even moving forward, when I do finish a product that I franken, that will also be $5 just because it's usually not a full pan. It's quite shallow. So I think $5 seems appropriate for like the amount of work that I put towards it. And probably the amount of time that it takes for me to use it up. And then a few new good habit things is actually quite a few this last month is first to read books. I'm terrible at reading, and I used to be much better, but I just am not drawn to them now. So I want to incentivize myself to read more. So I did give myself a motivation of $10 per every book that I read, like 200 page book at least. And right now I'm kind of getting started. I'll show you a few that I already finished this month. The next one that I finished started this month is no social media until 9 p.m. I've only accomplished this one day. I think I'll be, right now I have $2 here written in here, but it'll be, I think I'll up the ante to 5 because I am not doing it very well. I do find myself that when I'm not on social media during the day that I'm much more productive. And, once my kids are in bed and I have that free time that, just to check on it. The world does not change regardless of how often I check my social media during the day. So working on that. Um, and then another one is learning. I want to be completing more online courses. I'm not like a full-time student, but I think just to be actively learning because sometimes the things that I indulge in, right, on the different streaming platforms isn't helping me learn. Like they're interesting, but they're not really helping me learn. So I want to really start to complete some courses in that way. So I am doing some stuff on LinkedIn Learning right now. So and they're not like super long. So for every course I finish, I want to give myself $5 just to like motivate myself to get started and finish the course. Another one is gardening. I had a big yard work month. We basically redid our whole backyard and everything, and I did a lot of shoveling, so it's a lot of manual labor. So I'm gonna give myself, similar to my workout days, $5 for a good chunk time of workout. So every 45 minutes of gardening, that can include weeding and just kind of pruning things. But just like taking care of our yard. It's new to me. It's a new experience to me. I know some of you are very seasoned gardeners and very good at your yard work, but this is new to me. So, so if I'm able to get myself outside and take care of some of those things, I will call it a good day and give myself $5 for that. So in terms of my bank, I had a pretty good month. Right now, my bank is sitting at $133. I think that sets me up well for next month. I already have booked marked about almost over $200 worth of spending for next month on some self-care stuff. So I really need to make sure I stay on task here. I unfortunately did have some spending, but I'm not docking it because I purchased a foundation, which I finished all my foundations. So this is new to my collection and is not excess. I'll feature that in a future makeup date video. And then I did also buy a concealer palette. I'm only have one concealer now, and I feel like it's not excess to me, so I'm not going to count it. I did purchase a second foundation though. That one is a double consequence in my bank, so that one docked me $60 in my bank. But thankfully I had enough in my bank to kind of pad that a little bit. And I also am starting to put gifts in here. Gifts for I have a lot of friends that have summer birthdays and things like that. So I think pulling it out of this budget makes sense to me because one, I care a lot for them, and I think being able to give them something is very special. But that it also gives me a little bit of a budget when I pull it from here. Another thing I spent on was some of my kids' extracurricular classes. To me, it's a gift for them, so I pulled it out of here as well. So that's how I'm using my bank for myself. I know that's not probably not what probably anyone else does, but to me it's meaningful, so I went ahead and did that in my own bank. And plus I have like other ways of quote income into my bank, so I feel like if I kind of keep my bank low, then I'll motivate myself to continue those good self-care habits so that I can continue to build my bank to be able to spend on those things that aren't always for me, which is actually really nice. I did finish a few books. I wanted to show them to you because I am not a book reader. So for anyone who's struggling to read, I was hoping to not inspire you, but you know, it's inspiring to me. So I did finish one book that I don't have with me, so I'll skip that one for now. But I realized I really don't like looking at walls of words. So now that there's a lot of, you know, like those coffee table books and things like that, like beautiful pictures and everything, but they don't get read either. So I might as well gravitate towards those because I'm a very visual person. So I went ahead, and the first one I finished is this Ace of Cakes book. I love Ace of Cakes. And this one I found at a bookstore used, and this is my second time reading through it, and I love it. So if you don't know what Ace of Cakes is, look it up. It's an awesome show. They don't make it anymore. I kind of wish they still did, but I understand like why they finished their season. I picked this one up at the library. It's called House Cat, and this one's just like pure pictures, but I think just to even like spend time looking at pictures and really respecting the photographer, I think is really special to me. So that's cool. And then I have another one that I picked up at the library too. Just more historical stuff. So I'm hoping that'll be cool. My kids are yelling. They're home from a walk. So I'll end the video there. But looking forward to update you in my next update. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.